Just wait a minute or two, see if anybody else comes. Okay, so this is from Reb Tzadok HaKohen of Lublin, who was the great Hasidic Rebbes of the late 19th century, died in the year 1900, and was a remarkable and revolutionary thinker in general. So he writes a lot about Purim, and we'll just go part of one piece here. And Risisei Lyla Osu Tes. Inyan Galus Shechinah. The idea of the Shechinah, meaning Hashem's divine presence being in Galus, that it's not in the Beis HaMikdash, but it's outside the Beis HaMikdash, wherever we are. Midas Hashem Yisbarach, this is the Midah of Hashem, in other words, one of the kindnesses of Hashem. And he dwells, so to speak, in the hearts of the Jewish people. Moshe says, Yachati B'soch B'gomer, and the Hashem Shochein B'gomer. It says that Hashem dwells Shachati B'socham, even though the Mishkan is a tool for Hashem to reside within us. And that is in the Mishkan, but is in us. Midas Malchus. And this is the Hashem's, this is called Midas Hashem's measure of Malchus, meaning, like it says, Kitam, like the meaning of the pasuk Malchus Soba Komashola. Hashem's Malchus controls everything. Perush B'chol Bakol. What is in Bakol? Merchak Rav, even that which is very distant from Hashem. We talk to Mosam within the Tumah B'nai Yisrael. And so Ani Hashem Shochein Tam B'toch to Mosam. I feel believe I'm Shukah B'chol Minei Tavos, and Hashem, so to speak, is in the heart of a Jew, even if it's full of desires, vizuma, and pollution. Shem Yikra B'lashon HaKasav Tumah B'chol Makom, which is called always to Tumah. Tumah normally refers to not necessarily the Tumah of the body or the Tumah of something to do with Tumah Tara, but Tumah of negative thoughts, of Yetzer Hara, of desires, etc. So even there, Hashem is a part of his nation. In other words, his nation is part of him. We're connected to Hashem. Even though a person sins, he's Yisrael. In his root, he's connected to Hashem Yisbarach, the Kadosh Shoy B'Sachmeav, and so to speak, holiness is within the intestines of a Jew. And within the hidden secret, the deep depths of his heart. And that is, Chazal say that Hashem really doesn't need Shamayim, he needs us. He doesn't need us, but he wants us. He wants not to be in heaven with Malachim, he wants to be with us, so to speak, on earth. But in Galus Lemar Leiv Melech Biyad Hashem, there is an additional aspect to it, which is not just within us, but also the hearts of the kings are in the hands of Hashem. Besides him being with us, and despite our free will, and despite our choosing wrong, he's with us. Also, there's another aspect, which Hashem conducts governments. Hashem makes governments function the way he wants them to function, specifically a king, but governments in general. He has goals in this world. He takes away their bechira, if necessary, in order for them to do what HaKodesh Baruch Hu wants them to do. So obviously, that applies to the Nes of Purim, because HaKodesh Baruch Hu manipulated Achashverosh to be in a situation where Achashverosh was going to bring about this Nes of Purim. So that is, and this is necessary for HaKodesh Baruch Hu, again, in order to accomplish whatever goals he has. Okay, so I'm going to skip a bit here. V'lachein Shechinahs Hashem Yisbarach b'toch b'nei Yisrael gam b'toch b'masam. So the Shechinah of Hashem, when he's with us, even when we're in Tumah, even when we're in Galus, ain't no kori Galus kisha de mekomo. It's not called when we say Shechinah is Galus, does not mean that Shechinah is away from its place, like somebody who left his original location, which you call a Galus. The makom tahara. It's true that the place of the Shekhinah in heaven is a place of purity. Like Chazal, the Torah says, like the essence of the heaven in purity. Mashem tachtonim, opposed to down here below, which is the place of Tumah. Nevertheless, miyad shel above us didbakim l'Hashem yisbarach, immediately when a heart connects to Hashem, shavim gam hein l'makom tara. They become a place of Tara. That heart, at the moment that it becomes tar, is not far from Hashem. The contrary, that is Hashem's place. At that point, Zel Tumasam, Daika, et Slum. And that's why it says, Toch Tumasam, our Tumah. In other words, by us, we're usually Tameh, but they're not always. And the times when we're not Tameh, then the Shechinah is, so to speak, at home. When we are tar, when we are pure of that, those negative thoughts and emotions. It doesn't say Tum'ah, Hashem is residing in Tum'ah. No. The Miyad Hashem is Baruch Shechinah ain't Tum'ah. When Hashem is there, but we let Hashem in, then there's no Tum'ah there. So it's Tum'ah Sam because we normally have bad thoughts and negative thoughts, perhaps, but not always. And then it's the Shekhinah is with us in a state of Tara. Okay, it's like very similar to what they said, but Shas Math and Torah, at the time when it was given, I've seen that Paskus U'Masa. Their pollution stopped. And the Shekhinah is always in its place of Tara, in the heart of an Bnei. So that's why the Chassidim always speak about the Pintal Yid. There's always a point in the heart of every Jew, which is Torah. It might be very deep down, might be very subconscious, it might be unconscious, but it's there. So there, that place of Tara, that's the place of Hashem in the Jewish heart. It's only called Galus because there's a lot of tumor around it. But that place, where it is, where Hashem connects to us and we connect to Hashem, that's a place of Tara. As opposed, but when Hashem connects to kings and to governments, like he has to, with no choice, in order to try and bring about his purpose on the world. So that's Hashem going away from the place of Tara, because in the hearts of those kings, the governments, is not necessarily any good whatsoever. It's going away from a place of purity and the nikias and cleanliness. Mitavos, a place which is clean of desires, and all the garbage of this world. You know what? It's full of all sorts of tumah. The hearts of the kings. Sheila Tara Kanal. It doesn't become Torah. Zenikro goes. That's really goes. In other words, the Galus Shechinah, where we go, the Galus Shechinah goes with us. That's not a real Galus.
Yeah, but it's like all the same.
The Galus where Hashem has to deal with the nations of the world, with the kings and governments of the world, that is a real Galus. It's going down into the Tumah for the purpose of doing what Hashem needs to get done in this world. Chazal Pirshu Zeso, Chazal explained the secret of Mashal Amr, that which he said, HaMelech, in his place it says the word HaMelech. In Megillah says it doesn't say HaMelech HaRashverosh, just HaMelech. The Melech Machim because of that, but the person talking about two levels. The level of Achashverosh, there's a Pashup shot, but it's also talking about Hashem. And the Ratzon Hashem is being fulfilled through Achashverosh. Or people are talking to Achashverosh, so to speak, like Esther or Mordechai, talking to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Or even Haman, who's talking to the king, to Achashverosh, is talking to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. That's why Haman was not a simple person. He had his own cheshbonos, how to deal with HaKadosh Baruch Hu too, not just how to deal with Achashverosh. It doesn't, in the Megillah, it never mentions any name of Hashem outright. Like Chazal say, because we're still slaves of Achashverosh. Not literally Achashverosh himself, but we're in Galus. And in Galus, things are hidden. And things are hidden means even Hashem's presence, it's there. The Shechinah is with them in the Galus, in our hearts, but it's covered up. That's like HaMelech conceals HaMelech. Melech in the Megillah conceals HaKadosh Baruch Hu's actual presence. Mankind is Galus, there's no revelation of HaKadosh Baruch Hu's name. But it is revealed in several ways, including in the fact that the hearts of the kings and the noblemen, officials are in the hands of Hashem. We see there's a Shkacha Pratis for Am Yisrael. There's Shkacha Pratis for HaKadosh Baruch Hu's plan in the world. These Galus Sodzeh and become revealed. Shebachol Makam Shegolu, and where Am Yisrael goes to Galus, goes to Shechinah Moya. Shechinah goes with them. Shalom Lu Chazal. Chazal say how Galus Paras. They say it's going specifically on the Galus of Persia. Mashnema, that which it says, Santi Kisi Be'elam. Put my throne in Elam, which is Persia. Vavati Begomer, because of the Shul Perakam Megillah, and this pasuk is explained. Vavati, I'm going to eradicate them. In the first time, it's going on Vashti Bahama. Does Nizgal Ian Galus Shechinah B'lei Malachim? Because then they came clarified this idea. Yes, the Shechinah is in Galus, but it's in the hearts of the kings, and that's why Achashverosh acted as the tool of Hashem to eradicate Vashti and Haman. Hashem took Achashverosh's heart in his hand. In order that they should go according to the Ratzon Hashem. Or it should be in order that Achashverosh go according to Ratzon Hashem. And this is similar to that which HaKadosh Baruch Hu is present in the hearts of the Jewish people. Hashem never lets us go. Like it says in Yechezkel, that Hashem says, if necessary, I'm going to rule over you with anger, but I'm going to rule over you. Can't get away from me. Even a person piles up averos, one on top of the other. Hashem never lets you do so many averos that you won't be able to do tshuva. Because Hashem is connected and bonded with his nation. It's his portion and his inheritance. And Nachla Shein Lev said, just like any inheritance has it never stops. In other words, somebody always inherits. There's always some relative, somehow you find, to inherit. So to Hashem somehow always connects, right? And he doesn't let Am Yisrael reach a situation, and even an individual reach a situation where tshuva is not possible. You can't sever that relationship. He conducts the heart literally, and the heart is in his hands. So Galus says, again he said, the hearts of the kings and non-Jews on his hand as well. The kings can never do what they want to do completely. Even Hitler, Stalin, they never succeeded, right? Chazal say that Achashverosh hated the Jews more than Haman. And they even marshal the Baal Bacharitz, that it's like Achashverosh had a hill and Haman had a valley, and Achashverosh needed a place to put the hill, and Haman made the valley, and Achashverosh wanted to put the hill in the valley. Nevertheless, against his will. So without his benefit. He had to do good to them. The Gamzaf, when he got angry, HaMelech came and pushed the scepter down. Because his heart was always in the hand of Hashem. HaMelech stam, the Melech Makil HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and therefore every place it says HaMelech in the Megillah, not saying HaMelech Achashverosh, it's referring to Hashem. Hagamdim vur b'pshat, because even though it seems in the simple meaning of the pasuk, the B'Achashverosh and David, so B'Achashverosh. Kamo Yavo Melech v'Amar El Mishteh v'Chad says, let the king and Haman come to the party. Esther says, how does that have to do with Hashem? No, Rakumitzadi Slapshus Begolus Shechinah. It's only because the things have to be veiled, have to be concealed, and come to the Begolus Shechinah. Hashem is Esther speaking to Haman. Yes, Yavo Melech v'Amar and saying, Achashverosh should come with Haman. So saying Hashem should come with Haman. She's speaking on. She has to speak on two levels, but she's speaking on two levels. And no matter, even when it seems that it's talking only on one level, everyone in the Megillah, the two levels in the whole story which have been written, and each HaMelech in the Megillah, how it's speaking on two different levels. The Chol Dibur Esther, Yah Melech Malchei Melech HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Everything Esther said was to Hashem. Moshe Amazal, she loves the Ruach HaKodesh. Vatibash Esther Malchus, she put on royal garments, she wore Ruach HaKodesh. She wasn't just talking to Achashverosh, she was talking to Hashem. Madrega is only called Malchus, that's a level just called Malchus. Connection to Hashem's kingship in the world. This Galus Shechinah is Barach Lekel Levava, which was when Hashem's Shechinah was revealed in her heart. She was able to relate to Hashem. And she knew and functioned that only he alone resides in all corners of the earth and controls everything. They ain't owed. There's no one else. Mamish ain't shum davar mamashi. Literally, there's nothing else which is significant, which has substance, clout at all, duloso besides Hashem. Only the way Hashem conducts things. And Melissa believed in that, and that's to act that way, and that's what she was able to make the salvation. All the stories in Megillah. Wherever it says HaMelech without Achashverosh, and Masku Yavin, if you were deeply intelligent, understand, if he doubles, then he's Galus b'nei Purim. This becomes revealed in the miracle of Purim. HaMelech Stam, that Melachim in this world, whenever they're about Malchus in this world, the Melech Malachim Melachim, it's Hashem. Hashem conducts the world. Hashem conducts the world. He has kingship and he rules over everything. It's just sometimes you don't realize it. You don't see it. Esther did. And this name HaKadosh Baruch Hu, HaMelech Nizgal B'Purim. You don't Purim. The Malachi Akum, also the nations of also the kings of the non-Jews, their hearts in the hands of Hashem. Some is Gala, David in his Gala ain't called B'Purim. They reveal to everybody the Purim time. Even though we seem to be servants of Achashverosh, we seem to be in Galus, become Konevas Anu Avdei Hashem Yisbarach. We really have Vodim of Hashem. Even though we're subservient to Achashverosh, we're still really the Avodim of Hashem. Hashem uses those servants, those kings, to his purpose to get us to do the right thing. These Galus Orizeh B'chol Purim, and this light is revealed in every Purim, of every year, wherever we are. B'chlal Chodesh Ador, and in general Chodesh Ador. Moshe Muzal Chazal say, "Hi man Isle Dina Ba'adeh." Anybody who has Chazal say anybody has a court case with a non-Jew should do it during Ador. Because the non-Jewish courts are their government's laws. For us, is Gala, and during Adar, the time of Purim, it can become revealed. That their governments and their laws are also in the hands of Hashem. Hainu biyad Yisrael, and since they're in the hands of Hashem, they're in the hands of Am Yisrael. Hashem is because Hashem is within our hearts. Be'emes, in truth, and conducts the hearts of the governments of the non-Jews according to the Ratzon Hashem, and which should be the Ratzon of Am Yisrael. The opposite is in Chodesh Av. That's the opposite. Because Av is the beginning of Galus. Shaloni Gladayin Davar. When it's not yet revealed, it's very much concealed. Shazah HaGos Shechinah Mayim, that the ghost, that the Shechinah is with us no matter where we are. That's supposed to avoid going to court with a non-Jew in Chodesh Av, because that was the time when it became concealed and didn't become revealed till much later by the time of Purim. In other words, Chodesh Av, when the first Mikdash was destroyed. That's when it was concealed, and much later, by Purim, it became revealed. Dovers, and that when it became revealed, time of Purim, that was the beginning of the Geula back then, because Esther's son Darius is the one who allowed the rebuilding based on Mikdash finally, and this actually is the Geula Shlema, the Geula Shlema in the eventual redemption, when we realize that everything is in the hands of HaKodesh Baruch Hu, and HaMelech Stam, all Malchus in the world, is Melech Malchim Melech HaKodesh Baruch Hu, is Hashem operating through them. Umiyad Samach Adar Nisan, and therefore immediately after Adar comes Nisan, Mismach Gula, to bring the Geula of recognizing Hashem in the occurrences in creation, in the occurrences in among the nations of the world. The Nisan Atid Agitin Gal Shlema, and Nisan we are eventually going to redeem the ultimate Gula as well. So the idea of one of the main ideas of Purim is to see the Yad Hashem, to see Hashem's hand, and to see that HaMelech Stam U'Melech Malchei HaMelachim, that no matter where we are as an individual, as a nation, and even as individuals, the Shechinah is with us, and we have to work to make a place for that Shechinah within our hearts and within our nation, Eventually, that brings about the ultimate geula when the Shechinah comes back to Yerushalayim in the Beis Hamikdash. B'meher v'yameinu amen. Okay, thank you. Have a good night. Shkoyach.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye bye.